Hi, Beck Ann here. Thank you for stopping by my channel to see what I was up to. Well, I was getting ready to do the November sheetload of cards. Every month, Alicia of Call Me Crafty Owl here on YouTube, she comes up with a sketch and a cutting guide and shows you how to make a whole bunch of cards. And for this month, she's asked me to be a guest designer, so I am super appreciative and excited about that. Now let me tell you about, on the first of every month, Alicia comes out with her debut video, and on the second, the entire design team has inspiration for you. So make sure that you use the playlist to hop around and see everybody's videos on how they decided to do the Sheetload sketch this month. Now let me tell you about the sketch a little bit. For this month, you need two 12 by 12 pattern papers, two 8.5 by 11 cardstocks, and then 4 cardstocks for bases. And let me show you, she always has a great cutting guide to give you clear instructions. So I've been thinking about what to do for this month, and since it's November and I will be getting close to finishing up my Christmas cards, I thought for this month's sketch I would use some classic Christmas colors and make my last set of Christmas cards before I start sending them out. So let me tell you about this paper just a little bit. I thought the geometric shapes would be fun for some Christmas cards using this sketch here. So this paper is a retired Stampin' Up! Called Heartwarming Hugs, and then I thought it would be fun. I had just gotten this Impression Obsession stamp set called Joyous Christmas, and I really thought these images will be perfect on these very classic colored Christmas cards. So I'll be getting this cut up and following the guide, and I'll show you where I'm at. So I'll be right back. Well, I was getting ready to put the last card together and wanted to show you a couple things, because when you go to do your sheet load, you might want to think about this too. So the paper that I chose, remember the paper? This is for my last card, and here's a scrap of the green. Well, if you look, the colors that I chose, it's basically red and then 2 shades of green and white. And so I really had to think about my card bases and what I was going to put for this piece of cardstock that goes behind the strips. Well, I had planned to do white, but when I put it on the white, it was just too white. And then when I went to put it on the colored cardstock with the strips, I didn't feel like it brought your eye in well. So if you have paper that you feel like you need a mat, cut your mat to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and that way you'll have it perfect if you want to mat it, and it'll give it an 1/8 around. And I felt like that finished these cards off perfectly that way. So this sheet load really is easy to cut up and get together, you guys. But when I went to do the strips, I thought it would be fun to fishtail the bottom of the banners. And I have this Stampin' Up! Punch that you can do that with. And I did not trim the strips down at all. All that I did was, for the middle one, I didn't put it all the way to the end. I didn't butt it up to the end when I trimmed it. I just put it in the edge, and that gave me the little bit different length because it cut off less. So that was just something fun I decided to do. And then I was wanting to put something here at the top. So I have this hemp cord. It's a Stampin' Up. It's a Mossy Meadow. I'm sure it is not still available, I don't think. But it might be fun if you have some cord or ribbon to put it at the top like I am. And this happens to have a flat back, so I don't have to worry about anything when I put my glue on. All right. So I'm going to put that on. And I do have to hold it down just a little bit as I get that top to make sure it stays down flat and get some of the glue underneath. Well, this is all the scraps that I have left after cutting up my paper and making my cards and putting in some banners on the inside. So let me show you the cards. They turned out really cute. I'm glad that I did use the banner punch and did that to the strips of paper at the bottom. It just gave it that little bit extra flair, I thought. And I really like how the ribbon gave it something up there at the top. And let me just explain a little bit to you about them. I decided to cut a circle of vellum. It's a pearlized vellum, and I put behind each one of the circle pictures. I did some very simple coloring with some alcohol markers on all of them. And I put some gems to add a little bit of flash. And on the star, I did put a little pink wink of Stella. I decided to use a little bit of gel pen to give some highlights. So very simple in my design, but I really think they turned out so cute. Which one is your favorite? I did put all of the circles up on some dimensionals, and when I put the circles onto the vellum, I did use, let me see, I used some of this Tombow permanent adhesive. Sometimes I like to use glue, but sometimes it will wrinkle the vellum, and I didn't want that to happen. So I made sure to use that instead. And let me show you the inside. I used a Gina Marie die to cut out and stamp that Have a Joyous Christmas, and you can see I did make some pretty long banners for the inside because of the extra paper, and I love how they turned out. So I am going to put Alicia Call Me Crafty Owl's information in the description box below so that you can subscribe and get your sheet load. And there's also a playlist that I'll have there of all the design team so that you can hop around and see all the inspiration for this month. So I hope you enjoyed these, and until next time, I hope you are having a great crafty day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.